Good morning, and welcome to this week's Wednesday midweek midsection core strength. We've got 20 minutes where we're going to be working through just focusing on our core strength. We're going to spend 5 or 6 minutes just mobilizing the body first with the core strength focus in mind. So come and join me. We're going to start standing, working through the body and working up the body, I should say, to then come down to the mat and really challenge some of those different layers of abdominals, as well as the back extensors and a little bit through the shoulders and into the hip flexors and the good old glutes to try and keep that core strength nice and strong. Let's go. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Spread the toes, circle the hips a little gentle circle, just releasing the pelvis a little bit, and let's change direction. Now, while we're here, we're taking the breath in gently through the nose, just warming up, easy. Okay, arms go wide. Just move the rib cage a bit. So isolate out.
Can you feel me?
While moving the shoulder blades a little bit across the shoulders. Okay, hands to hips, circle the ankles, mobilize through your toes. Nice and easy start, just easing out those joints, change direction. Just release everything. If you're feeling a bit stiff in the lower limb, okay, change. Spread the toes, circle everything around, try and control the move so it's not just a reaction. Okay, now pedal power. Let's move the pelvis up and down while we work through the feet, forward and back, dropping the heels.
Can you feel me?
So nothing too strenuous, no hard challenges to start with. Okay.
Yeah.
Bring the shoulders, hands to the shoulders, circle. Change direction.
Yeah.
Really bind the mobility. Now extend the arm up. Rotate. Building up some energy. Breathe. And change direction. And it's always worthwhile just getting the body moving first. That avoids the injuries and just gets you in the right frame of mind. Open out the arms and flex. Mobilize the upper spine. Breathe. Extend a little bit through that upper thoracic spine. Get everything moving through that rib cage. And into the neck. Now hands to thighs. And let's wiggle.
Yeah.
It's always good to wiggle. Now flexing through the spine, flat back. Roll it out.
2, 3, 4.
So we want to try and keep the weight forward on the balance of the balls of the feet. We want mobility through the spine. We're using the abdominals to connect, pull up. We've got one more. Now roll out, drop the shoulders and work your way up. Down. One arm comes up.
3, 4. 3.
Reach up and over. And now we're going to take more mobility into the hips. Find some balance. Really good for us to keep practicing the balance. Let's go. Forward, out, back, forward, out. We're moving in to the deep into the hip. Change direction. Back, out, forward, back. So you might find you tip forward a little bit, which will engage your abs. Tip, One more. Let's change legs. Forward, out, back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you might find too that it's easier to balance, making sure that that supporting leg is slightly soft at the knee. And that way you'll engage the muscles rather than just acting to lock the bones out. Let's change direction. Back, out, forward, back. Tip forward and engage the glute muscles. Last one. Okay, first knee. Bring the knee up, out. 1, 2, like stirring the pudding. 3, 4, 5. And last one. Change legs and up, around, up. And if you want, find something to balance with, but it is always good to try and get that balancing leg working. You're engaging into your core to stay upright and level. Round. One more. Okay, we'll circle the pelvis. Now this should feel a bit freer than it did when you first started. Roll around on the feet and mobilize those knees. Come a little lower. Put the hula hoop on. And down the other way. Now we should feel much more mobile, ready to go. Let's go to the end of the mat or wherever you've got your space. Roll the shoulders. Ready to roll down and roll back up. Just a little tester. Everything feels okay, so let's go. Down to the mat, soften the knees, walk the hands forward. Place the hands down, shoulders directly over wrists, flat back. Okay, we're ready to lift one knee and take it across. So yes, we're still mobilizing into the hip, but as a result of being on hands and knees, we're actually working our core strength to keep everything level and flat while we're moving the limb. 2, 1, change direction. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change sides. Set the shoulders into the midline, right across, all the way out. 4, 3, 2, change direction. Be aware of the pelvis tipping, so keep the knee as low as possible, skim the floor. Place that down. Okay, set the shoulders, arm comes out, in, 2, 2 more. Just moving through the shoulders, working the core to keep everything still. 1 more. Take 1 foot forward, so the opposite hand is down, and then we find that rotation. Moving into the hips too, but also getting the obliques to rotate our body up and around. 2. Last one here. Hand down, switch over. So moving into that hip, it might feel tight still. Try and move up and round. Bring your shoulder down to your knee. Rotate all the way back. 2 more. Exhale up and pull back. Bring it down. Hand down. Transfer your weight forward. Pull back. Again, we're still working to support our spine. So the back is safe and the abs are switched on, pulling up towards the spine here. 3, 2, We're loading the shoulders. 1. Tuck the toes underneath. Set your stance. Set your shoulders. Lift the knees. Rotate. Up and across. Up and across. 2. And 1 more. And land the knees. Send the knees over to one side. Thread through, rotate over onto your back. And heels in line. So the hands down by your sides. Working a little bit more through the core for strength. And we're going to lift the pelvis up. Hold. So the glutes are working, but we're using the abdominals to keep that nice ski slope position and lower back down. Up, squeeze. Keep the pelvis in alignment. So keep sending the tailbone away, up towards your knees as you power up. Keep the ribcage soft and down. 2. And last 1. Now, strong stability, so bring your abdominals down towards the mat. Bring the legs to tabletop. Okay. So we're challenging the fixed position of the abdominals again as we tap the toe down, scoop it out, bring it back in, tap, scoop, bring it back in. Be aware of the shoulders, keep them down. Don't let them creep up to your ears. 2, last 1. Now hold the tabletop legs, open up the arms, palms down, and rotate over onto your hip. So challenging the obliques to pull you back. Options here, you can place the feet down and get your rotation and really focus on those abdominals, pulling you back and across. Over. And 1 more each side. In and lower the feet. Bring the arms in. Now we're going to work a little bit of the crunch between the ribs and the hips. So we slide the hand down and drop the shoulder. Let's go to the other side and we just go sideways. You might need to lift your head just slightly, fraction, and we glide across as we reach for the heel, down, crunching, trying to keep low. And last 1, center and down. So now back to that strong imprinted position. Bring the legs back up to tabletop. Extend the feet up and let's circle the ankles. So while we're here, we're working on those abdominals to keep the stability. We're working on the hip flexors to keep the legs up. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Challenge the imprint. Take both legs out. Lift them up to the ceiling. Bend. Out. Lift. Bend. Out. Lift. Bend. Out. Lift. Again. Last 1. Bend the knees. Place 1 foot down. Return the pelvis to a neutral position where we've got the curve underneath the spine. Take the fingertips behind the head and lift the chest. Rotate across to the knee. 1. Roll down. So this is your first option with 1 foot down and 1 in tabletop. Next option, bring the knee to you so you're crunching. Up, crunch, down, up, across, down, up, across. Third variation, add the crunch and a leg extension. So it's up, across, extend, in, down, up, across, extend, down, in. Go again, up, cross, extend, in and down. Last one, up, cross, extend, in, down. Let's go with the other side. Tabletop, neutral. Okay, up and across for 4. So stay with that variation. If you find that that's enough rotation, oblique work for you. For the crunch, up, in, down, up, in, down, up, down, up, squeeze. Let's add in the leg extension. Ooh. Out, in, up, squeeze, out, in, down. So you can play around with this just so long as you get that extension, and you'll feel that when you're held in the position, you come up, squeeze, out, roll back down. One more, up, squeeze, extend, roll down and in. Let's roll over onto our front for some challenging exercises through the back extensors. So, legs long, parallel, or the shoulders pulled back and down, reach out from the crown of the head, and then lengthen along the mat and extend the upper spine. Take the elbows out. So here's your option. You don't need to lift the arms. If you find that the back is being troubled, pull those abdominals up and just keep the low rib on the mat. Extend up and lower, roll down. Be mindful of your neck. We're not working into the neck at all. We want to lift the upper body using back muscles, but we want to make sure that the spine is lengthened. Reach, extend, lower. One more. Lengthen along the mat. Pull the shoulders down out of your ears and pull then shoulder blades in towards your spine. Yeah. Now let's go for the opposite arm to leg. As with a reciprocal reach as we extend and lengthen. Extend and lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. Out. So we're working the back extensors, but we're also extending at the elbow and at the hip. One more each side. And then take yourself back to a shell stretch. Opening out through the back, easing out those muscles that have just been tightened, and then work your way around to one side, and then work your way around to the other side. Feel a little bit of stretch. And one more each side. And then round. Pelvis stays center. Stretch. Okay. Time for a little bit more through the obliques. Stabilizing. So bring the elbow down, heels in line with the tailbone, and we're working the outer thigh that's against the mat. Hand down in front of the chest so you keep the hips stacked, and lift, hold. So we should be working the muscles underneath the arm here, all part of the core strength to stabilize the pelvis to the shoulder. Now, bring your hand up, take it up to the ceiling. And we can lift and lower 1, 2, 3, 4. Push the pelvis up and lower. Okay, the other side. Elbow down, hand down, sit, engage the muscle underneath the arm, ready to lift. Check that you are stacked as if you're between 2 panes of glass. Ready, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. Lift, up, 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 and lower. Bring the hand down. And, well, we seem to be done for the morning. I hope that has invigorated you, got you going, and you've had that focus on your core and given you some ideas to keep going. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're picking up a few little light weights and we're working to build some strength, not necessarily some bulky muscles, just some sculpting. Till then, have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.